right. There we go. All right. There we go. Getting after it. So pretty easy leg day we have coming up here. Nothing crazy. Again, we're just finishing off our 18-week program. So this is the last weight workout of week 17. And we're getting after it. Yeah. We don't want the chance of hitting anything while we're doing our lunge here. That would be a good way to get hurt. So we're just taking everything out of the way. And we're, finishing up with Bulgarian split squat here. 3 sets, or starting out with Bulgarian split squat. This is the third last leg day of this 18-week program. And then we're moving on. But yeah, we'll get there. Lower back is feeling a little tight today, so we gotta take it not easy, but be careful about our form. That's 10. These out of the way. So yeah, not a bad first set to get started here. Hey Darius, what's going on, brother? How's it going? Just getting after this day up for the wheels. We already did our cardio this morning. So Omar, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for being back. Appreciate you. We hit that 150 subscriber mark, which was amazing. Thank you guys. Still trying to keep growing. So if you guys are new here, please drop a subscribe. Just getting after this leg day. That was actually I would say fairly easy 10. So we're gonna try to go up a little heavier, see how we feel. First set of 3, so. New pre-workout is kicking, so told some people to sub to you. Thank you, Omar. I appreciate it a lot. Alina, thank you. What's going on? How's it going? Broken Fly again. Anybody, if you're here and you sub, I sub back, so appreciate you guys. What are you doing with your Saturday? I saw that bent row, by the way, Darius. That was awesome. Good form, good weight. That's what you got to do. Love to see it. Anybody, if you're new here and you haven't, check out Darius at the Jack Nerd. Awesome guy, does some awesome work. And we just all keep growing together. It's good stuff. I like it. So we're gonna take about a 3-minute break here. We're already almost finished that. We're gonna try to do that same 10 reps per leg. And then we're gonna do that 2 more times. And then we're on to a narrow squat today, which is one of my favorite squat patterns. But appreciate you guys being here with me as always. Getting after this lift. We got some copyright-free music in the background. Looking for some ideas from you guys on some things I can do with video. My wife and I were talking, we thought maybe one idea would be to do a long form video of me kind of training her and walking her through some of the exercises that I have for her. Whether you guys might find that helpful or not would be interesting. Okay, so just a little bit heavier here. Oh my God, it's a good weight. I was about to give out there. Oh, another good set. Legs are burning though, bro. Nia, thanks for being here. How's it going? Love these type of vids. Thanks, man. Yeah, I should give Jack Nerd a follow. He's great too. He's doing some stuff like this on his different platforms. Watching my streams over a week now. How do you feel so far, Nia? Am I doing a good job? What can I be doing better? Let me know, guys, what you think. Some things I can do better to attract more people. Super happy with the people we have here in our community so far. So how hard is the weight? That weight, it's decently hard. So my rep range on this should be between 8 and 10 reps. I would say the most difficult weight I've ever lifted being a 10. It's probably like a 7-8, which is kind of where you want to be for hypertrophy. Because if you notice too, my form is like my control is very slow and controlled when I do the rep, which is, yeah, Omar just joined today and he followed this morning from my cardio stream. So this is kind of his first weight workout. So yeah, hypertrophy, which is basically the type of lifting to gain lean muscle mass. It's not so much about lifting the heaviest weight you can. It's more about lifting a heavy enough weight under good solid control that you reach failure. And that's kind of what the point of this is. So it's probably 7 out of 10 in terms of like heaviest weight I've lifted, but doing it slow and controlled, it gets to 8, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 by the last like 2 reps or so, which is exactly where you want to be if you're trying to gain lean muscle mass. There's genuine fear. Like if you guys saw my short, just the other day, I had a set where I actually failed. Ended up dropping the bar and bench on my face and split my lip open. And that's kind of, so even though the weight, it was only 205 on bench, and I've benched 315 before. So yeah, I benched heavier weights, but doing it to failure and then actually hitting a point where you just couldn't get the weight all the way out. It's, yeah, That's how hypertrophy work is. It's not the first time I've ever dropped a weight on myself. Probably won't be the last. So yeah, the biggest thing, you see a lot of guys who train really hard and get really strong. In your early days, it's important to lift super heavy and get super strong, but as you start aging, you want to make sure you're lifting properly to get the right stimulus for what you're trying to achieve. Because lifting the heaviest weight you can for the lowest amount of reps doesn't necessarily put the most amount of lean mass on you. Makes you strong as an ox, which is good. But now that I'm in my older years, dad years, I don't necessarily care to be the strongest in the room, even though you still naturally are going to get stronger. I care more about getting well-developed muscle bellies and being able to change my physique, right? Oh, God. Just gonna take a break there. Right back under. Last set on the last leg before we move into some narrow squats. Oh, 2 more. Oh my God. And that's, yeah, the burn there is crazy. My one leg feels almost like it's gonna give up. All right. Doesn't let me. I think 7 to 6 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, 13-ish minutes. Just started, that's my first exercise. So I just did, before I jumped on, I just did some dynamic movement for a warm-up and jumped right into my first set. That's kind of how I do it with legs. Because I find my upper body, you'll always see me do a warm-up set before I jump into the weights, like the working weights. I find with legs, it's just like unnecessary fatigue doing that. So I typically will just do some movement-based warm-up, make sure my hips and knees feel good. And then I'll jump right into the work. All right, so here we're gonna do a very narrow squat. So the idea here is just more of our quad sweep. So for you guys that don't really know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna stand up on the bench so you can see. Quad sweep is basically like the outside of your leg muscle. You have quads, so you have like 2 muscles here, 2 on the inside. The idea here is the quad sweep is like builds more mass to the outside of your legs. As you're building a physique, it makes, yeah, definitely don't want to fall. It basically makes your waist look thinner, makes your legs look like bigger and bulkier, like a bodybuilder's legs. But thanks, man. I really appreciate that, Omar. I try to make it interesting. And again, one of the big things I want to do is kind of help people understand stuff to do with like exercise, nutrition, fitness and health in general, and then kind of cut through all the BS that's out there. Gotta go, Nia. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, and cut through some of the nonsense that's out there, right? Like I mentioned before, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of social media guys put out where they're talking about stuff that's basically nonsense, right? The idea is they're saying what they're saying to try to make things seem more complicated for a couple reasons. Usually they're selling some kind of program or some kind of supplement themselves, so it makes it seem like it's something you need, and it's not. So I want to do the opposite. I want just to help people get, you know, real direction and a real understanding of health and fitness. And because at its core, it actually is really quite simple. So that's kind of my goal, is to help you guys get there. How old are you? I am 40. I'm turning 41 in May, end of May. So that's one of my goals, to hit 200 subscribers by end of May and hopefully keep growing as we go. Sorry, I just have my water over here. And so far, so good. Keep growing a little bit. But yeah, 40, almost 41. So I've had a lot of time to work through a lot of the stuff in health and fitness. All right, so narrow squat here, again, to show you guys. Well, I got this here. You can see my feet. So a normal squat, my foot position would be about hip width apart or wider than hip width. Narrow squat for that outer sweep I was talking about. My feet are gonna be pretty much inside my hip width. And we're gonna focus at letting the knees come out over the toes and getting down past 90 degrees. And then a slow extension up is gonna be the focus. So hope you reach your target. Thanks, man, I really appreciate that. I hope we reach it too. And the thing is too, like I love doing this, and I love my workouts, and I don't think I would ever not do what I'm doing now. So I mean, even if I don't reach it, I'll still be on doing the same things. Just the hope is I can turn it into something that's, you know, big and relatively successful and helpful to people, and that's the hope. But if not, I'll be doing it anyway. I'm really happy with the people I'm meeting on here and the little community we're building. So even if it stays as it is now, I feel like I've made a success out of it. So yeah, it's crazy with the slow reps. It's crazy the amount of burn you build in the quads. Oh, it's good. Good sign that we're working, right? Watching, amazing. Hey, I watch a lot of when I get a chance, especially as a dad, when I finally get a chance to watch on YouTube, it's usually that, right? I'm either in the bathroom or putting the kids to sleep, so I finally am laying down without something I have to do. It is tough. Yeah, it's a tougher way of doing. Adjusting your foot position on squats. It is different and tough in a different type of way. Right? Like normally I would squat heavy. And yeah, and that has a different type of difficulty than this type of squat. This type of squat is just tough because of the amount of, so you guys know when you lift, you get that burning feeling. Yeah, I am. This is my basement. Yeah. I'm a doom scroll now. Nice. See you in a bit, Dia. Enjoy, have fun. Yeah, you know that burning feeling you build up? So that's like lactic acid is what causes that. And that's, this does a crazy job of building up a lot of that. So I've noticed lately, my leg days, the pump gets crazy. Like I can't even grab my skin on my legs anymore, which is a good sign that I'm losing fat there. But at the same time, the pump gets so tight that it's like pretty sore. Pre-workout's part of that. I'm using a different pre-workout now, and it's definitely causing like a crazy pump. Oh my God. Oh, 2 more. Burn is crazy. Oh my. Oh. But all in good, man. All good. That's what we're doing. Oh, I'm back. What's up, Darius? Thanks for being back, man. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm happy to help anybody with, if you're designing your own workouts right now and you want some help on like exercise rotation and stuff like that, just message me on, like I mentioned, Insta, Facebook, any of the socials. I'm happy to help. I don't charge anything. I'm not selling a program or anything like that. I just like to be able to help people when I can. So yeah, whether it's diets, macro, how to track, any questions, just message me on any one of those and I'll help you as much as I can. It's funny, I reposted a funny video of this guy where he's like, my wife or my girlfriend always says like, are you checking out other girls at the gym? And then like it cuts to him what he actually sees between sets, and his vision's all blurred and he's out of breath. He can't even really see anything. Show that to my wife. I'm like, yeah, this is me between sets. I'm not looking at anybody at the gym when I go. I couldn't even if I wanted to. Darius will understand that, especially seeing those videos. Yeah, right. I still have one more set here of the narrow squats for the quad sweep. And then I'm going to move on to seated leg curl. Got seated leg curl, leg extension, and then high rep calf raise. And that's our second hypertrophy leg day. Nothing crazy. Basically 7 exercises, right? And that's it. We did our cardio this morning, bright and early. You were there, Omar, so you saw it. Wasn't as early as I usually get it in, but it was early. Yeah, it's funny, Darius. It's no joke though, because that's like, I've always been like that. I know people think like in your 20s and stuff when you're a trainer that it's like you're in the gym checking out all these girls that are training and stuff, but couldn't even if I wanted to. All right, so last narrow squat. Adjusting our blocks here. So I do have blocks. If you guys, you can't really see them from the camera, I'm sure, but I do have rubber blocks under my heels that lift my heels up. Reason why, if you're wondering, is ankle mobility, ankle flexibility. I don't have really good ankle flexibility, so that helps get me into the proper position without putting excess strain on my lower back. Because I found squatting heavy before without them, because my ankles aren't flexible enough to drop into that deep squat. When I try to go full range of motion, I'd end up with like kind of pretty bad butt wink, which is where your tailbone kind of tucks under. And over time, that just leads to like lower back injuries and stuff like that. So here we go, narrow squat, last set. burning. Oh God, 2 more. Yeah, the outside of my quads are just on fire. Oh God, 1 more. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, legs are getting wobbly, but W Streamer, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. No, not really. So over time, sorry, we're gonna go to leg curl, leg extension here. So it does it first. That's why if you see guys, some guys will put the pad across their shoulder blades. It does kind of cause a little bit of discomfort on the back of your traps here, but the more you do it and the more regularly you squat, you get used to it kind of, and you don't really notice it after a time. So it's one of those things where you kind of gotta, yeah, you kind of gotta get used to it. So this, Omar's new here, so he's just learning about some of my equipment. This is one of my favorite pieces of equipment. This is a leg curl, leg extension, so it does both the quads on the front of the leg and the hamstrings on the back of the leg. Which is incredible. So basic idea here right now, it's set up for a leg curl. So this is gonna be here. Basically we're doing 3, it's just 3 or 4 sets. 1 second, let me check here. I have to keep referring back in my program. I think this is 4 sets. Yeah, this is 4 sets. Both of these are 4 sets. So yeah, the idea here is you have an extra pad for leg curl. So this prevents your legs from lifting up as you're trying to curl. You just lock your legs comfortably down. Idea is as full of a stretch as you can get. Down with a good squeeze, nice slow lower. 2, 3, full extension. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 1 more. 5. So that's our first set. Not too terrible. Probably go a little bit heavier. I know it's a weird thing to be drinking out of a measuring cup, but do you do cable curls? If so, Bayesian style? Yes, I do Bayesian style quite a bit actually. So that's one of my favorite exercises, especially when I'm cutting. Because yeah, I can usually superset it with something for triceps. So I'll generally do Bayesians with some sort of tricep exercise as like a 1A, 1B. But yeah, those are one of my favorites. A nice alternative to incline curls. Same idea, right? Gets a really deep stretch, full range of motion, all the stuff we like. But yeah, Bayesian style curls are amazing. I don't use them as much on like something like this where you're trying to gain, or basically the 2 parts of my week are strength focused and how many times do you use the treadmill? I use the treadmill 3 days a week. So my Wednesday recovery day, my Sunday recovery day, and then today on my Saturday leg day, because I don't have as many exercises. On this day, I do a 3rd day of getting extra steps in, which you saw this morning. Yeah, so the reason I don't do it on this type of phase, Darius, is you're mechanically disadvantaged when you're doing that exercise. So right now, if the whole point, sorry, I'm just looking for a weight here. If the whole point of your workout that you're trying to create is enough mechanical tension to cause growth, sure, you can do that with those, but it's not going to be easy. Like you're going to make it a lot harder on yourself, and you just increase the prospects of an injury, which we talked about was just terrifying with the bicep, right? So yeah, when I'm doing heavy weight to failure, I'm less likely to have it as part of what I'm doing. But that being said, if I'm doing like heavy weight, just in general, like a cutting phase where I'm doing heavy weight, but I'm not really going all the way to failure per se, I'll keep them in there for sure, especially for superset. Full extension. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Oh, so that was a pretty good set. I think that weight's much better. I'll probably die out there by the 4th set. Omar, you're gonna go bye. See you tomorrow. All right, man. Sounds good. See you tomorrow. I'll be on early for my cardio tomorrow morning as well, so you'll see me then. Thanks, man, for being here. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the subscribe. Again, guys, if anyone's new or you know anybody who wants to be a part of it, please subscribe, send it to them. We hit over 150, which is like, can't even tell you. Lots of love to you guys. I really appreciate it. Next stop is 200 by the end of May, hopefully. Cross my fingers. I look like a giant child there clapping, but it's okay. So, I did actually, to tell you guys, so Darius, I don't know if you're still here, but I did my weigh-in this morning. So I missed my weigh-in the week I had the cold. So I waited 2 weeks to do my weigh-in, which I just did today. So I'm 206 this morning I dropped about 3% body fat. So I'm around the same weight-wise, but I've dropped 0.3% of body fat. So I'm getting close to the flat 15% at 206, which is good, which means like I'll be high if I were to drop to my like 12 to 10% body fat where I want to be right now. I'd probably be high 190s, like probably 198, 199, which is like good. The downside though is I'll probably still miss the 200 mark through this phase, which sucks a little bit, but I knew it was a big stretch that I was trying to get there, so I'm not too bummed about it. I'm more happy that everything is going in the right direction. And I mean, I'm trying to do it super natural and like very basic when it comes to like supplementing and stuff like that. And in terms of a surplus, like Darius will know this with tracking and stuff like that, my surplus is very small. My surplus is only about 250 to 300 calories. So with keeping cardio in, it's a very light surplus to be trying to gain lean mass with. So the fact that it's working and I'm gaining lean mass is a success in itself. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Oh, 12. That's a good burn. So I'm going to use this opportunity to record some of my weights here. Check out chat, see what you guys are saying. Yeah, cool pick. Wait, your name is Chris? It is Chris, yeah. How did you know? You've been streaming for half an hour. Yeah, about half an hour. My name is Chris. Funny enough. I guess you saw that in the chat. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's my name. Older man, not old man, but 40-year-old, almost 41. Dad of 2. Work full time. You know how it is, right? Sorry guys, I'm just writing down my weights here. What are we at now? We're at 90. Do one more set. We're gonna actually put on a 5-pounder here. See what we can get. Then we move on to leg extension. I can show you guys how this bench adjusts, but yeah, streaming for about half an hour. This workout in total, so hypertrophy workouts generally take 45 minutes to an hour, depending on, you know, how many exercises you have, how much rest time you take. But usually you can get them done in around an hour. I try to separate my cardio. I found that's been way more effective for me, so that helps minimize the amount of time I need to be in the gym. So, all right, last set here. Six more. So this is 95 pounds. So the last two were a little shaky. Didn't really have a good eccentric there, so probably too heavy on the last set there, or I probably should have tried the heavy set earlier on, but whatever, we still did it. We still got through it. So for any of you guys that haven't seen me adjust this before, this is basically it. You just do the swing arm to the front, throw the stop peg in, so now you're extending forward instead of curling back. And that's how this machine works. It's a pretty sweet setup. I don't know whoever created them or designed this machine, because they weren't around when I first started training people, but like way back when. But yeah, these are pretty epic for any home gym. If you got a little something in your garage or basement, highly recommend taking a look at one of these. It's already done another 2 cups of water for the day. That's like 8 or 9 cups, I think, already. Which is good, especially if you're taking a regular creatine, which you should be if you've been following me already for long enough. Hope everybody's doing good. You're having a good Saturday. We're about to get after our leg extension, which is our last large group exercise. And then we got calf raises, which I typically do off camera because they're kind of boring to watch. But if you guys want, I can stay on camera today and do them, just so you can see kind of how I go about training them. If you've been here a while, you guys already know I'm more focused on high rep calves. Again, I want to apologize if you guys are commenting. I've noticed my last couple streams, because I usually have a second device beside me where I can see that sometimes comments and stuff don't pop up on my recording device for whatever reason. So if you have said anything and I missed it, I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. And yeah, I'll if it's anything that's time sensitive or really pressing of a question, feel free to DM me on any of my socials. Again, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Threads. Of course, I'm on YouTube because you guys are here. TikTok, and everything is just at Baddiedaddydiaries. So if you drop me a follow, I'll follow back, and DM me any questions you have around health, fitness, workout programs, nutrition, supplements, whatever it is. Now we're just going to get after our leg extension here. So I kind of always treat leg extensions kind of similar to the same thing I do with calves. Higher rep and more of like a slow eccentric focus. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're going 25 here, so that's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, burning. I probably could go a little heavier, but a lot of burn there. But yeah, so far so good. So it looks to me like the last message I have on my stream here is Nia saying that I've been streaming for about half an hour. So if you guys have commented, I apologize. If you haven't, I guess it's working. But again, guys, please pass on the channel to people. If you're new here, please subscribe. I know it sounds like I'm begging, and I kind of am. Because yeah, we're trying to grow the channel, and yeah, I'd really like to hit 200 by my birthday. It would be a big success for me, a big driver. So, but again, thank you guys for being here. It means the world. Especially when you're beating up legs and you're getting pretty bummed out and tired by the end of it. So for extension here, we're going, what are we at now? We're gonna be 90 here, but going a little higher rep in our last 2 weeks. Hopping up to 90. We're gonna still aim for that 25 rep range. Basically what I try to do here in my last couple weeks with higher extension reps is I try to still aim for that 100 rep total set mark with heavier and heavier weight. And I only count it if I can control the eccentric on the way down, right? Because I could obviously just jump into my super heavy weight and just do rest pause till I get to 100, but that wouldn't be the type of volume I'm trying to create here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, about 10 there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Burn. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 20. 5 more. Burn is crazy right now. 2, 3, 2 more. 4, 1 more. Wow, that's 25 at 90. Oh God, it's not bad, but yeah, you can definitely feel it when you go to stand up. Legs feel like they want to give out. Okay, we're gonna go add another 10 here. We're gonna try for 100 on our third set. And then our last set will be all about trying to get that last 25 in. I know it's Saturday. What are you guys doing for this Saturday? Is anybody doing any training today? If you are, what are you guys lifting today? Let me know in the chat. Oh. I gotta walk around. The burn is so crazy when I try to sit down. It just feels like tight and sore, so I try to move around, get some lactic acid to drain out if I can. If I can. Doesn't always work, but yeah, all feels pretty good. You know what's funny? You know what I've seen some people do? Is I've seen some people have their stream on in the background. I wonder if that's useful. And they just turn the sound off. Maybe I'll be able to see more comments. Maybe that's a better idea. Then you can have inception. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, can I do that? Oh my God, I can. It's amazing. But I don't see any chat, so it's just me in the background. Us watching me watching me. It's pretty incredible, actually. I wish I could actually see chats. I don't know if you guys, if someone's still here, if you can drop a chat, drop a message in the chat, just so I can see if it shows up on screen here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. Oh God. 4, 5, 10. That's 20. We got 5 more. Whew. Yeah, please guys, if you're new here, drop a subscribe, follow, comment, like, anything helps. 2, 3. Oh, so that's 25. Oh, so we're at 75 full reps there. Not bad at all. Oh, that was 100 for 25. We'll do our last 100s, see how much we can get. Oh, yeah, but yeah, guys, thanks for being here. Please, again, if you can drop a comment in the chat, I just want to see if it pops up on the screen. But again, guys, please drop, subscribe, follow, everything helps. I know it's weird us watching me, but I just want to see if maybe having this will help me kind of keep track of the chat. It's kind of cool because there's a little bit of a delay, so you get to see me do it before it actually gets done here. Or no, I guess you guys would be seeing it like that, so. Weird, I know. Oh, so the amount of burn right now, lactic acid and blood in my quads. I don't know if you guys can see, but good little bit of muscle build in there. Rock solid. I feel like we're building everywhere. Everything's going well for this program. Again, 1 more week of hypertrophy, and then we get back to a little bit of a deficit, focusing on a cut, and then yeah, hopefully we get a little more shredded for you guys. And yeah, see how we look for the summer. All right. Last one, so this one's gonna be a bit of a stretch. We're gonna aim for that same 25 reps, but it's gonna be a little up in the air as to whether or not that happens. I think we'll be all right though. Let's see. There you go. One thing I'm going to do today, guys, that's 10. It's burning. We're gonna get this last 5 here. Just gonna take our pause. My legs are shaking like crazy. Yeah, one thing I'm gonna do tonight, I wonder if you guys are interested in seeing, I'm actually gonna make my high protein homemade mac and cheese. That's it, legs are toast. You guys can't see, but my legs are like shaking, like side to side like this. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, maybe I can post a short making that so you guys can see what it is. Maybe it's a recipe you guys want to try out. So I'm gonna take a little bit of rest here. Probably gonna call it because I'm sure you guys don't really want to see me doing endless calf raises because it is kind of boring. And basically what I do is, this is my weighted vest by Extreme Monkey. Basically, I don't know if you guys can see, I'll take out one of the plates here to show you, but basically in each side of the vest, let me open this. I've never showed it on stream before, but yeah, on each side of the vest there is two of these. Each one, it's hard to fit two, so I'm gonna kind of have them jammed down there, but yeah, there we go. They both slip. Yeah, each one is 8 pounds. So basically 16 pounds per front and back compartment. It's not much, it's like, you know, whatever. 16 pounds front, 16 pounds back, plus my body weight. And I just work at really good solid form, full extension on the way down, full contraction on the way up. And I just aim for anywhere between 20 and 40 reps per set, and I try to get 3 to 4 rounds of that before my calves give out. And that's kind of it. I've just always done that. I have, because I was a chunky kid, as I said, and I've had periods where I've gained weight. It's definitely a thing if you're someone who's gotten bigger, that you just naturally have kind of bigger calves. So I've never really had to worry about too small of calves. For me, high rep, high volume has always worked. But I know some people have a hard time putting on mass in their calves, and they feel like weight is the way to do that. My suggestion is always try to cut the weight down, really focus on the form all the way down, nice slow eccentric or concentric up, and then slow eccentric on the way down, lowering the weight as slow as you can to get full extension, and then back up into that contraction, and again slowly on the way down. And I think you'll surprise yourself, you get more out of it. But either way, guys, for those of you like Omar and you know, other people, I think Darius was there too. Nia, I think you stopped in too. For anybody who was here for my morning cardio and then join me again this afternoon, you are a goat. I appreciate you more than you know. Anybody who's new, subscribe during this workout. Lots and lots of love. We're getting there. We're almost at that 200 mark. We're over 150 now, which is fantastic. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning around 5:30, 6 a.m. Worst case 7 a.m., but 5:30, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for our cardio. And yeah, guys, I appreciate you more than you know. Lots of love. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.